Welcome back to the SAT math practice, one page at a time with hints and tricks. This is practice test 7, section 4, problems 19 and 20. So please pause now if you would like to attempt these two problems without any hints. I'll go ahead and outline a couple hints for each and then go through them. So we are given two formulas. So for 19, it is based on Current's formula. So key there is to make sure you are looking at the correct formula. And in terms of W, what is W in terms of A rather, means we need to solve for W. So in other words, get W by itself for number 19 using Current's formula. And for number 20, if Mosteller's and Current's formula give the same estimate for A, so based on that statement, same estimate for A, we can set those two formulas equal to each other. So you can take your Mosteller's formula, the square root of HW over 60, and set it equal to Current's formula 4 plus W over 30. This might not look like fun, but the next hint is to cross multiply, and it will make this much easier to deal with. All right, so go ahead and pause if you haven't already given these a try, and I will go back through them. So for 19, if I go ahead and write out Current's formula, A equals 4 plus W over 30, and I want to solve for W, actually the same hint that we gave for number 20 would be helpful here. If you multiply by 30 or think of that as cross multiplying, you will get 30A equals 4 plus W, which makes this very easy to solve by just subtracting 4. So we would have 30A minus 4 equals W. So we've solved for W in terms of A, and that matches answer choice A. Moving on to number 20, again, we established we are allowed to set those two equal to each other. And if we cross multiply, that will get rid of the fractions and make this a little bit easier to deal with. So it does not matter which diagonal you multiply first. I'm going to go ahead and say 30 times the square root of HW equals 60 times 4 plus W. Make sure you distribute that 60, multiply both terms by that 60. I'm going to leave the left side alone for the moment and go ahead and multiply here. So I'll have 240 plus 60W. Again, it might look a little messy because of that square root. We can clean it up a little bit more by undoing this multiplying by 30. If I go ahead and divide both sides by 30. So that will just give me the square root of HW equals 8. 240 divided by 30 gives me 8. And 60 divided by 30 gives me 2. So plus 2W. It's getting a little bit better. Because we're not asked to actually solve for H or W by itself, we are asked for the square root of HW. So pay attention to what you are solving for. You are already done. We have 8 plus 2W, which is not an answer choice as it is written, but if you distribute or factor out a 2, so if you distribute the 2 here in the answer choice C, you will arrive at the same thing, the 8 plus 2W, or we could have factored out a 2 from this right side to match it to the same presentation in the answer choice C. Okay, so those were two of the more difficult problems in this section. Please comment below if you have any ideas for making this practice better. There will be a link to the next page with more hints and tricks.